The mission of COPE, which is domiciled at the Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service, is to enhance the capital of African national sanitary and phytosanitary system to protect national agriculture and increase ability to compete in national markets by meeting market requirement.
Basically, Kephis has 4 mandates. The first mandate is plant health. The second one is seed certification. The third mandate is plant variety protection, plant breeders' rights. And the fourth mandate is to establish service laboratories to conduct site residues and food safety. COPE falls under plant health mandate.
The Center of Phytosanitary Excellence COPE was launched in October 2010 and since then has trained over 3,000 plant health practitioners from across Africa, that is Uganda, Tanzania, Botswana, Zambia and Southern Sudan.
One of the major things that we do is to facilitate trade, and we also ensure that we protect our country from the introduction of pests and diseases.
COPE was started as a joint venture between University of Nairobi and Kephis, and also with the involvement of Kabi. And one of the collaborations that we have had is mainly training. Kephis regularly mounts short-term training on phytosanitary. So we offer our staff who go there to train at the Kephis.
The main aim was actually to create a center within Africa that will offer training in phytosanitary. Basically, we don't have many institutions that offer phytosanitary training, and therefore this center basically was to offer a support in phytosanitary matters within Africa and also in Kenya.
This is in line with the International Plant Protection Convention and the World Trade Organization Agreement, whereby we are supposed to ensure that whatever we are trading on, they are free from pests and diseases.
COPE is in position to serve as sub-region virtual center and is already recognized by region plant protection organizations such as AU, IAPSC and Common Market East Africa COMESA.
Kephis Naivasha is one of the regional offices that was opened in 2008. This office is important because Naivasha area is the hub of horticulture industry. Our activities revolve around visiting the farms to ensure compliance. We are more so to fulfill the requirements of the EU market that requires us to visit the farms and audit every 3 weeks. We also have the USDA market that also requires us to go to visit the farms every month, that is monthly. And we also do follow-ups as also directed from JKIA when they notice non-compliance at the exit point. They advise that we follow up at production site, because it's important that compliance starts at production rather than waiting until the produce reaches the exit point.
We have challenges in diagnosing the region, and especially now that we have been having pest incursions. Remember, we had a challenge of fall armyworm. We have had the challenges of MLN. We have had challenges of new pests, like recently we have had the Asian psyllid. We have also had the Asian citrus greening. We have the Suzuki, and most of these Kephis has been able to identify it very, very adequately. And therefore, we thought it was nice for us to be able to build capacity on diagnostic within the region, and therefore we have been able to have a model on that. We have a model on imports, we have a module on exports, and this is mainly to ensure that we meet the market requirements of the different countries.
Specific courses have been conducted in areas of phytosanitary concerns such as the application of phytosanitary measures, introduction to the International Plant Protection Convention ISPMS, phytosanitary inspection and certification system, pest risk analysis PRA, pest surveillances, laboratory pest diagnosis, pest identification, document in phytosanitary system, and risk-based inspection at border points and others. The mission of COPE was initially to provide phytosanitary capacity building service to clients in public and private sectors so that countries are better able to prevent the introduction and spread of plant pests and meet the phytosanitary requirement of international trade.
So we have various curriculums which we implement. We also do tailor-made curriculums for various groups which require our services.
The curriculum was developed in 2010 and we revised the curriculum in 2017. We have put up a component of business, trying to train people on business because we thought that we are dealing with businessmen and we thought it was going to be very important. If the people who are doing business will know how to handle the issues of business. So we also have an additional training on that.
In COPE, we have done a pest risk analysis within the region for some crops like maize, beans, and rice. And this has enabled our neighboring countries to be able to trade easily, because once you do pest risk analysis, you are profiling what kind of pests are found in which country, and then we are able to tell them for you to trade with us, you have to treat your crops in this manner.
Pest risk analysis is our major module that we do. And pest risk analysis is a scientific way of establishing whether a pest can be introduced into an area. And therefore, we offer this training. It's a one-week training where we have both practicals and lectures that are trained to people so they can be able to carry out pest risk analysis.
For small-scale farmers, we normally hold what we call farmers' field days. We go to their areas and we are able to train them on market requirements of different crops for different markets. We also do what we call plant clinics, plant health clinics with the farmers. We go and establish our officers will go there. Farmers will bring materials which are pests on diseases, and we are able to diagnose and tell them this is the pest, this is the disease, and this is how to manage them. So that's how we deal with the farmers. But if there's a feeling that they need to come for a particular curriculum, we can also bring them to our headquarters and train them in our conference.
I know the staff trainings are mainly organized from headquarters, where they call all inspectors, and actually we have benefited from the trainings by COPE as inspectors. These trainings are very key, and we cannot work in isolation. We need the extension staff and other collaborators to support us in this war against the false codling moth and other quarantine pests. So I would very much recommend that all stakeholders that are involved in this industry can take up these trainings that are supported by COPE to ensure that we comply and our end product at the destination market is free of these quarantine pests.
As we are carrying out a training, especially on phytosanitary through COPE, we realize that we don't have a mode of exchange of information between the different national plant protection organizations. You realize we have scientific conferences, we have scientific journals, and all these do not take into consideration phytosanitary issues because they are not science related, they are not written in a scientific way. And therefore we thought we needed to create a platform where people in the phytosanitary will be able to share the different innovation, different challenges, and what they were doing in their countries. And due to this, we thought it was good to come up first with the phytosanitary conference.
Our mandate is to have communal missions to make sure that we have a safe agriculture and durable agriculture in Africa.
Dear participants,
The phytosanitary conference basically mirrors the trainings that we have. We have different themes that are very related to exactly what we do in the Phytosanitary Center of Excellence, especially in the training. We also initiated a phytosanitary journal. The phytosanitary journal also takes papers that are on phytosanitary. These are basically scientific papers. It takes out case studies, reviews, and general observations in phytosanitary. And therefore it creates a way where people can be able to exchange information. We have so far been able to do issue 1, we have finalized with issue 2, and now we have embarked on issue 3 and issue 4.
All this has contributed to feasibility of the University of Nairobi. For example, when we have conferences, for example, the phytosanitary conference, which is usually at the Kephis, that contributes to the feasibility of the University of Nairobi. And also this contributes to the ranking. As you are aware, the University of Nairobi is a premier institution in Kenya, ranked the best in Kenya, ranked the best in Eastern Africa, and one of the best in Africa.
COP's scope has increased over time to encompass sanitary MRLS, seed certification, and plant variety protection issues.
We foresee that we shall have more demand for training. As you know, now the world is moving towards precision agriculture. As the population increases, we have shrinking land sizes, but the population has increased. There is a demand for safe food, free of pest, free of the pesticide, and therefore there will be need. There is an increased demand for specialized training in those courses so that we can produce clean and safe food for all this increased population.
We urge phytosanitary practitioners from all over Africa who have not been trained with us in COPE to consider COPE, and the knowledge they are going to receive will greatly enrich their careers, protect Africa's agricultural resources, and facilitate responsible trade in agricultural produce which are free from pests and diseases.